Hi, Nicole. So, I'm going to take advantage of this week's topic and use it as an excuse to talk about my favorite cultural export from Britain, which is music, specifically The Clash, because a lot of Clash songs are like mini history lessons. I want to talk about the song Something About England, which contains a conversation between two men, one young and one old. The song refers to the 1418 War, or World War One, after which unemployment and poverty swept the nation. The social hierarchy seemed unaffected, and rising immigration population was blamed for high unemployment. The, so this culminated in an ugly history of racist legislation, and eventually the Second World War broke out. So sadly, nationalist and neo-fascist parties never really went anywhere. They've only adopted a more polished, less straightforward approach. Like the old man in Something About England suggests, this phenomenon is not new, but that doesn't make it any less alarming. So, to answer your question, I think we're already seeing a rise of nationalism in EU nations, emboldened by the Brexit vote and a variety of other factors. Several European neo-fascist parties and leaders have defied expectations since the Brexit vote. For example, the Party for Freedom in the Netherlands, the National Front in France, Alternative for Germany, the Golden Dawn in Greece, just to name a few. As for the future of the Eurozone, I think it remains uncertain, partly because we have seen an increase in border protections and more immigration restrictions across Europe, and partly because so far we have seen the EU take a rather hard line in the Brexit negotiations, which I think is an attempt to dissuade other nations from leaving. As Gamble mentions in this week's reading, there is a concern that vital British interests will be negatively impacted by the collapse of the Eurozone, so I think we'll see an attempt to stay connected to the single market in the coming days of negotiation. In Something About England, the old man tries to warn us against scapegoating and implores us to confront the social, political, and economic factors that have contributed to the current crisis. Disdain for immigration policy and skepticism of elite leadership is extremely powerful. So, as long as politicians can harness feelings of relative deprivation, helplessness, fear, and bigotry, we'll see nationalism continue to rise. Great question. It gave me a lot to think about, so thank you.